There's my boy 8. What's up, dog? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Oh, 8 beat you, baby. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I hope it was a beautiful possession. Give everybody a couple minutes to get in here. Also, my projections have not updated yet. We got so much news right as the show was starting. I just knew they wouldn't be updated in time, so I haven't uploaded them yet. Hey, I don't either, 8. I don't either, buddy. What's up, Conflict? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Go give us a retweet on Twitter. It helps tremendously. Oh, sorry, it's not Twitter no more. It's X. Don't want to get it wrong. Oh, dude, 8, wasn't that insane, brother? Wasn't that insane, my man? It was something. I'm stoked about it too, man. That was awesome. What's up, Jose? Everybody just joining in. My projections have not updated yet, so I don't even have them uploaded to Line Star, but I know just off the top of my head who I'm going to like and who I'm not going to like today. Give everybody a couple minutes to get in here, about 2 more minutes for everyone to file on in. Go give us an upvote on Reddit, retweet us while we wait. Tell your friends to hop on in here. Helps tremendously. We had 93 viewers at one time last night. Isn't that crazy? Wild, wild, wild. We'll start in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Embiid is soft. You like whoever wins you the money? Tonight it's going to be some obscure Nets player. Malik Beasley. Jaren Jackson. Paul George. I feel like with so much value today, there's going to be a lot of people doing stars and scrub builds with Wemby and Giannis. I kind of want to take a different approach and go middle of the road with Jaren Jackson, Paul George, stuff like that. Got 11 viewers already. Let's go. We're about to kick it off. 1 minute till 5 o'clock and we're going to start. Just giving people a minute to get in here. 8-legged 8 giving me the heart and the... He even followed me. Look at that. I'm going to follow him back. That's my homie right there. Kelly Oubre remains questionable. If he sets, that just makes Paul George look better. I love Paul George today, guys. Both sides. Both sides. Alright, it's 5 o'clock. Let's hop into it, gentlemen. Hit like on the video. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Let's start off at point guard. Spencer Dinwiddie looks great. I'm happy to get to him. I don't gotta tell you guys that though. With no Luka on the court, with no let me pull it up over here. With no Luka, no Kyrie on the court, what's he pulling? Dinwiddie has a 23.5% usage rate and averages 1.08 fantasy points per minute. So only player better than him on his team in usage rate is PJ Washington with those off the court. So I'm happy to get to him. Gonna be playing plenty of Spencer Dinwiddie today. Josh Giddey looks great, phenomenal matchup. Really like this spot for him. I do say though, he's pulling 23% ownership on FanDuel. That's a little hefty for me, guys. A little hefty for me. I don't want to be eating 23% of that. I'd like to keep him around 10 to 15. Tyrese Maxey, now that Embiid is rolled out, looks phenomenal. I mean, I ain't gotta tell you guys that. You guys know Maxey without Embiid, he has an upside of 65 fantasy points easily. Gonna have plenty of Maxey. Cole Anthony is actually intriguing to me because of his ownership. Only pulling 10%. I know the price is a little lofty. I like him much more over on DK. Price a little lofty at 6,400, but if you need a get different piece, I think Cole Anthony looks alright today. Scottie Pippen looks phenomenal today. Don't mind him. I do too, Nate. I love him. I will say I do prefer Paul George if I just had to pick one, but I think Maxey looks phenomenal too. Scottie Pippen looks great. You guys know I'm a Grizzlies fan, but I will say I'm a little concerned. He hasn't met value at this price since December 26. His minutes have kind of been low by his standards for the injuries they have. He's only maxed out at 27. That was the last game. So I'm going to be playing Pippen, but probably going to keep him around 5-6% owned. Tyrese Halliburton. He's pricey at 9,100, but I gotta say, yeah, Zella, that's a great point to bring up. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, Cole Anthony is from New York City. Playing in the Garden, I mean, that's it. But Tyrese Halliburton, he might be my favorite pay up right now, as weird as that is, with the Spurs on the board, with the Knicks on the board, with Milwaukee on the board. Halliburton's just going extremely under-owned at only 10%. His last two games, he has been playing out of his mind. 71 and 54 fantasy points. But there is some blowout concern here. I get that. But 10% Halliburton can easily take down a tournament for you. Happy to get to him. We're getting news here. My phone's blowing up. What are we getting? Andre Jackson's available to play. Giannis gonna play. And the rest of it's for tomorrow with AD and LeBron. Mathurin looks okay. I just like others in his price range today, Nate. Cade Cunningham looks phenomenal today. And also, if you're just joining us, I don't have my projections up. They're not updated yet. I'm using Line Stars. But Cade Cunningham is grading out phenomenally for me. No Ivy. Portland sucks against guards. Happy to get to Cade if he can fit my lineups today. I really like Quickly as well. This is the problem today, guys. Point guard is so loaded today. It's my favorite position today. But I really like Quickly. I feel like 6,700 is just far too cheap for him. Milwaukee struggles against guards. Happy to get to Quickly at only 6,700. I'm not gonna take into account much of it, but RJ Barrett's supposed to be on a minutes limit. We also heard that about Quickly on January 1st against Brooklyn. He played 32 minutes, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt. Simon's just a GPP play. Luke Kennard, if he plays, is fine. It's kind of a, it's okay. Kobe White, kind of the, it's okay. I don't want any Harden today. Dame is intriguing to me. Taking on the Raptors. You're going to get him low on only 13%. Don't mind him. Nembhard, he's okay. CP3, okay. But really the rest of these guys, just GPP plays. I will say, I am anticipating Karl Anthony Towns to set tonight. And if he does set, Jalen Brunson is going to look phenomenal. Brunson's only pulling 6% ownership. I really feel like Karl Anthony Towns is setting tonight, and Brunson is in a really good spot. If you guys want me to talk about any player in particular, just let me know. If not, I'm going to move it over to the 2 guard, where Keon Johnson's a core play for me. I said it in our Discord, which if you're not a member, it's in the chat down below in the description, completely free. But I said it in there, if D'Lo plays, he's going to be core for me. If he doesn't, it'll be Keon Johnson. Keon's just jumping off the page as value. My best value on the slate. Malik Beasley looks amazing. Maxey, I talked about Maxey a little bit potent, but I love Maxey today. I prefer Paul George, but seriously, both of them, they're like 1A and 1B. You're not going to go wrong with either one of them today, I don't feel like. Both of them look great to me. Malik Beasley looks phenomenal today. Should slot in and start. Let's see what Line Star thinks. Every time I say I think Maxey, or I think he's going to start, they start Ron Holland or Tim Hardaway. But even if they do, even if Malik's playing off the bench, he still gets monster minutes. 31 and 33 minutes the last 2 games. No Ivy, he gets the minutes. Happy to play him whether he's starting or not, but hey, if he starts, even better. We got some kind of news. What we get? This is for tomorrow. Zion Williamson and DeJounte Murray. Really like Jalen Wells today. Happy to have him in a lineup. Jaden Hardy looks great as a value. I would rather get to Quentin Grimes, but it's a pretty large price discrepancy, so if you land on Hardy, I think you're completely fine. Tyrese Martin looks great. I'm anxious to see if they start Martin or Johnson at point today. What does Line Star think? Yeah, they got Keon Johnson starting alongside Martin. I think both guys are great. I would lean Keon Johnson, but Tyrese Martin, he's a great value in and of himself. I think Josh Giddey, oh, we talked about Giddey. What am I talking about? Talked about Grimes a little bit. I prefer him over Hardy, but I think either one's fine. Levine, I don't have much interest in. I'd rather just get the Giddey for 700 cheaper, but I will say the past 2 games, Levine has balled out. Good matchup, too, against San Antonio. He's going to be much less owned than Giddey as well. Giddey pulling 22%, Zach LaVine only pulling 6%. If you want to get different, you can slot LaVine in there. I think Devin Vassell is just okay. I seen a lot of touts on him earlier today. I'll have him, but I'm not forcing Vassell into my lineup by any means. Grayson Allen, just okay. Fine having him. Klay Thompson looks good. I would just, if I had to rank them for me, it would be PJ Washington, Spencer Dinwiddie, Quentin Grimes, Klay Thompson, Jaden Hardy. I think all 5 are playable and viable, but that's how I would rank them. Talked about most of these guys down through here. Oubre, I mean, if Oubre plays, he's fine, but just rather get to Paul George. Speaking of which, here he is. I love him today. I can't get away from Paul George today. Gonna have a ton of him. Moving down the line. I think Devin Booker is intriguing today, but not a guy I'm forcing. If I'm making a weird low-owned lineup, probably gonna have some Booker in it. Najee Marshall. I'm not really on the Najee Marshall train, honestly. He's missed 4 games. The 4 games he played before that. Yeah, Najee Marshall will probably be in 0 of my lineups today, Potent. Let's see here. Who we got, though? We talked about Nimhard. KCP, I mean, this team's so depleted, I think he's got to be in play for you, but not a guy I'm just jamming in the lineups. Tim Hardaway, even starting, I don't know if I'm going to get there. I'd rather just get to Beasley over him. Books ownership is 12% right now. I think that's a little high, though, honestly. Mikal Bridges is fine. Gary Trent is okay, I believe, if he's the one that starts for Middleton today. But everybody else, just MME plays for me. That's all they're going to be. Moving over to small forward. Let me check on something real quick. Okay. Moving over to small forward. I don't know what to do with him today in my projections, and I think that is what's taking him so long to update. On paper, I love Z.R. Williams today. Absolutely love him. But I am concerned about his minutes. He's only played 19 and 22 minutes since returning from injury. This team is very depleted though, so he may be forced to play more minutes today, and if that's the case, I want him. I want a lot of him. But I am cautious. I'm worried. How many minutes will he play? What we get another Trey Murphy ruled out for tomorrow. Okay. Jake LaRavia looks great. I liked him yesterday, but January 4th. I can't lie, I didn't expect him to play 32 minutes. If he gets 30 plus run again today, he's easily going to smash value. Really liked Tobias Harris today. I was talking about it in the Discord with a member. I did not think I would like him near as much as I do. But he is the clear number 2. He always scares me playing him because when I play him, he scores 11 fantasy points like that. But he's got to step up. He's been doing it. I don't see any reason for that to change. Probably going to have a lot of Tobias Harris today, fellas. Caleb Martin, I like. We cored him, I think it's January 1st or sometime. It was recently. But with no Embiid on the court, Caleb Martin's game is just completely different. He does so much more. He's a fantasy monster with no Embiid on the court. Happy to get to him. John Conchar might be a core play for me. Love Conchar tonight. He just looks phenomenal. As long as he's getting full run, which I see no reason he wouldn't. I think he plays 34 plus minutes in this one. Let's look at the last 2 times he done that on December 29th and December 31st against OKC, one of the teams. 38 and 33 fantasy points. Dallas doesn't have anyone that's going to slow him down. Really like some Conchar today. Got some news. What we get here? Magic starting lineup. Cole Anthony, KCP, Tristan Da Silva, Caleb Houston, and Goga. Let's move it down the line here. We've talked about most of these guys. Really like some Denny Advia today. I think that price is very fair on him. With no Jeremy Grant, he usually balls. Very happy to see Denny land in my lineup today. I think he's a very safe play for any of you that play cash games. Harrison Barnes just, he's okay. That's just what he is. He's, okay. Most of these guys are just MME plays for me down through here. If you want me to talk about somebody, I'm happy to. Just let me know. Power forward, Jaren Jackson is going to be a core play for me today. Love Jaren Jackson today. Let me pull it up. Where was it? With Ja, Santi, Desmond Bain, Gigi Jackson, Marcus Smart, and Vince Williams out, Jaren Jackson has a 30.2% usage rate and averages 1.24 fantasy points per minute. I know this guy gets in foul trouble sometimes, but I cannot fade him tonight. I can't do it. Just too good of a spot, too good of a player. With all these guys listed out, I've got to have him tonight. Wemby, I love Wemby tonight. I'm happy to get to him. I'm not sure how much of him I will get to because of how I'm building, and he's very highly owned. But if I land on him, I'm fine. Patrick Williams looks fine, don't mind him. Yaba Sule looks good. You guys know I like playing Yaba Sule with no Embiid, so happy to get to him. Giannis looks fine, but honestly for the price, I'd rather get to Wemby. Giannis still pretty on his own right. Like I said to start the show, I feel like it's really going to be a lot of people building stars and scrubs today, jamming both Giannis and Victor in there. Sohan's fine, don't mind him. We know he has upside. Julius Randle, okay, if he lands in my lineup, I'm fine with it. Beef Stew, kind of the same thing. He's played pretty well lately. Nas Reed's fine. PJ Washington, I really like today. Probably my favorite Maverick. Like some PJ today. Pascal Siakam looks good. What's up, Don? I think OG is actually playable since I'm projecting Cat to set. That's not set in stone or anything. The team hasn't confirmed it. That's just what I believe is going to happen. Goga's price is kind of caught up to him at 8K, but especially if Cat sets, I want to be overweight to the field on Goga. We know Goga's got that upside in him. He showed us already. Only pulling 8% ownership, and I think that's high. Exactly, Nate. I read that earlier, and that's why I'm thinking Cat setting. I'm glad you said it out loud, buddy. What's up, Chubbs? Jalen Wilson's grading out amazingly for me. Happy to get to J. Will, honestly. I'm really happy to get to any starter for the Nets other than Claxton today. And everybody else through here's just MME plays for me, really. I think Precious Achua becomes super interesting. If you want to get really different and you think Cat's going to set, slot in some Precious Achua today. And even if you want to play it safer, you can throw Precious in there. Or Jake LaRavia. Either one. Throw Jake LaRavia in there. Throw Precious in there. And if for some reason Cat plays, like I said, I think he sets, but if for some reason he plays, swap off Precious to LaRavia. Or, I think Obi Toppin's fine, but he is a little risky. Jalen Wilson. Either one of those guys I like a ton tonight. And center. I think Mason Plumlee is fine, but I'm never excited about playing Plumlee because I did on January 4th and he gave me 13 fantasy points. He has the upside. But if Andre Drummond's starting, I know he's not what he used to be, but he's still a good defensive center, guys. I think Jalen Duren is fine. He has upside, but his foul situation scares the crap out of me. Miles Turner's fine. Don't mind him. Plumlee should not be in the NBA. I think Booch is fine. And as weird as it sounds, I really like Jake Podol today. Nobody's on him. Only pulling 4%. I like Podol today. Rather have Helen Keller at center than Plumlee. Funny you say that, Chubbs, because my wife, who's in the chat, we live very close to where Helen Keller was from, and she is a hardcore Helen Keller denier. She says there is no way. I don't have any interest in Zubac or Lively. Ayton, maybe, MME. Center just kind of sucks today, guys. It really does. Center sucks today. Ayo DeSomo expected to miss another week. So that does nothing for us today. And let me check the projections here. They're not done yet. But let me check them. That way I can give y'all a good core. Man, I like Quickly so much today. What do I mean, denier? She's a Helen Keller denier. She doesn't believe like Helen Keller really was blind and deaf and stuff. I know it sounds crazy. Yeah, exactly, Chubbs. Exactly. And my projections still got... They still got fucking Embiid in. Y'all are just gonna have to give me a minute on the core. My projections just aren't ready yet. We can go over DK while we wait though. So let's go over DK and then I'll give a core for both sites. Of course, right when I swap 8, I'm just fucking with you. Maxi is 18% right now. I expect that to go up, and Goga is 11%. I expect that to stay about the same. Alright, over on DK, Cole Anthony looks phenomenal. He's just too cheap at 4,900. 4,900, guys. Nice projection on PG. Well, I don't have it up yet. My projections. But Cole Anthony looks phenomenal. I'm gonna be just over the weight to the field, and I mean he's 33% over there, but I still can't get away from him. He looks great. Simons looks fine. Keon Johnson looks great. Don't like the price, but still want to have some of him. Cade looks phenomenal, just far too cheap. Halliburton, definitely too cheap. I really like Halliburton. D-Book's fine. Love some Maxi. Want to be overweight on the Maxi over on DK. Jaden Hardy looks good. Then at the 2 guard, Paul George is a lock for me. We're going to go ahead and lock him in. Regardless of what my projections say or anything, Paul George is a lock for me on DK. I love him today. Malik Beasley looks great. Happy to get to him. Vassell, he looks good, but I want to be underweight to the field. Quentin Grimes is fine. Gary Trent Jr., if you need a really cheap guy, I like him today at only 3,300. Tyrese Martin looks great. Happy to have him. Small forward, Grimes, we talked about him, looks great. Trent Jr. looks great. Martin looks great. Kamara's okay. LaRavia, I really like at only 5K. Who's lower on Maxi or PG? It'll be Paul George. Paul George is, I'm dead freaking wrong. He's 36% right now, and Maxi is 18%. I was very, very wrong on that 8. I apologize. Really like some Wells today on both sides. Ronald Holland, if he starts, Ron Holland is only 3,100. No, he's not very good, but 3,100, that really opens up some builds now. Yes, Nate, I think... Okay, Kelly Oubre is going to play, by the way. I do think Cat is going to set, and I think Precious Achua is an elite play if he does. Drummond's out, too. What? Woo, doggy, that's going to make Yabasule look even better. So, Yabasule, sign me up. Did they take his power forward eligibility on? Okay, no, he's still there. So, yeah, only 5,100. You're going to want some Yab today. Yabasule. I was just about to say, he looks amazing on DK. Well, now he's a lock on DK, guys. Love some Yabasule today. He's going to be a lock. Also, Tobias Harris for me is a lock on DK. I can't get away from Tobias. Looks amazing. So we got 3 core pieces for DK already. We got Paul George, Tobias Harris, and Yabasule. I love all of them. Then my last core piece, if we can fit it, I'm going to have to wait and see my projections. They're taking forever, and I'm sorry. Let me see if we can fit Wemby into this, because I really want Wemby over on DK today. Yeah, there's enough value today. We can get him. I like how these builds are going. I mean, regardless of what my projections say, this is going to be my DK core that I'm going to rock. I'll put that in the Discord right now, guys. There we go. Also, Rolstein, welcome to the Discord, buddy. If you have any questions, feel free to at me in there at any time. Shit, what did I just do? Alright, let's see what these builds we're getting on DK are. Really I like this first and second one, honestly. Getting more Simons than I want, but also Linestar has him projected a little higher than I feel like I will have him projected. This one I like quite a bit. Also, let's look at Precious on DK. We looked at him on FanDuel. 4,500. I can get down with that on DK if we get Cat ruled out. And honestly, guys, you want to start building, be my guest. I'm just waiting on my projections to update. I'm sorry it's taking forever. Got any questions, ask me. As soon as these are updated, I will give you the core out. You can see how the core is aligning with your build. I think that's a solid way to do it, honestly. But if you got any questions, for the next 34 minutes, I am a free resource here for you to help you build your lineup. As soon as these are done, I will let you guys know the core for FanDuel. My whole sheet is just out of whack. I still got fucking Embiid in. I don't know why it's not auto updating. So in the background, I'm gonna be trying to work on that, but I'm still here to give you guys advice. So if you need it, let me know. According to Linestar right now, Paul George is the highest owned player, followed by Keon Johnson and Victor Wembanyama. I will say though, I know for a fact FanDuel players, Keon Johnson and Jaren Jackson, will both be in my core. And I really like Tobias Harris or Malik Beasley. You can play them together, but I would prefer picking one of the two. Luke Kennard's gonna play. I'm anxious to see Memphis starting lineup. I feel like they're gonna start, before I make a fool of myself, Pippen, Conchar, Wells, Jaren Jackson, Zach Edey. That's what I felt they were gonna start too. So I'm okay with that. I don't think Cam Spencer's viable today, buddy. I don't. And Pippen is 8% owned. 8%. Especially with Kennard now, I just don't think you can get to some Pippen. Or, sorry, to some Spencer. Kennard is so intriguing, though. Now my dilemma is going to be if I want to play Conchar or Kennard, because I loved them both. Clowney's thoughts? I think Clowney's fine. Yeah, Pippen's only 8%. If you look at his game log, brother, people are not happy with him. He's just not playing the minutes he should be for how depleted this team is. And he hasn't met value since December 26th. Played 27 minutes last game, and that's the most minutes he's played since December 21st. Who's the best center on the slate besides Wemby? Do you want by value or projection? Because for me, it's Jaren Jackson. With Goga being a close second. Yabasule is probably going to be core on FanDuel too, guys. On DK, Cole is Chalk City, but on FanDuel, he's only pulling 11% right now. Sixers are going to start. Damn DoorDash. Maxi Oubre, Paul George, Caleb Martin, and Yaba Sule. Just who we thought they were going to start, fellas. I will say, guys, really like some Brunson. Since I think Cat's going to say I like Precious, don't get me wrong, but I think Brunson's usage is going to be just phenomenal. Being weird today. Dunn, Trent, Prince, Giannis, Wemby, no. Yeah, brother. I can't get behind the Dunn or Prince play. Taurean Prince is booty. I can't get behind Nall either, bro. Prince has scored 20 fantasy points or more one time since December 4th. Alexander Walker has scored, I guess last game he met value at 28 minutes it took him to get there. He's better than Prince in my opinion. And Dunn, yeah, no thanks. Oh, I'm not trying to knock your build at all, brother. If you believe in it, I say run it. No matter what I say, I'm a free resource here for you guys, but if you truly believe in your lineup, then please run it. You can ask 8-Legged Ape. He plays the weirdest lineup of anyone I've ever seen in DFS. He'll ask me a question, and 9 times out of 10, I'm like, bro, what is wrong with you? Why are you playing the backup center from the Heat? And then the slate will be over, and he'll be like, hey, look, the backup center from the Heat that you've never heard of, just 7x value. Speaking of 8, PJ Washington is 12% owned, which I think is criminally low. Lonzo Cole, Johnson Nets. Who's Johnson from the Nets? You talking about Keon? Yeah. Harris. Okay, Tobias. Paul George, obviously. I really like that build now, Don. I really like that. Suns are starting Tyus Jones, Ryan Dunn, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Plumlee. What? Such a weird starting lineup, bro. Ronnie says, what's thought single entry? Cunningham, George, Marshall, Harris, Shabasule. So I really like the build, Ronnie. I really like that. I don't like Najee Marshall today, but I don't know who you got around the price range. Let's say small forward spot for you. What am I doing? I can't spell. He's 4,600. I feel like we can get you a better small forward for 4,600. I could be wrong. Let me look at it here. Yeah, I like Tyrese Martin much more. And even Keldon Johnson I like more, but Tyrese Martin would be probably my favorite to replace Najee Marshall in that lineup. But like I said just a second ago, if you believe in Najee Marshall, run it. Don't listen to me, I'm crazy. I'm just kidding. I research all day for this. Chubb says, Maxi Quickly, Keon, Giddy, Denny, Conchar, Yavu, Precious. And I like that, Chubbs. I like that a lot, buddy. I like that quite a bit, pal. Give me just a second, I'll get you those ownerships. fuck, that's on DK. That's why. Alright, you wanted Traveling Queen. I can't even spell his name. He is 1% owned. And Martin is 29% owned. Because he is grading out as my best value. Clippers are starting Harden, Powell, Dunn, Leonard, and Zubac. What's Martin's projection on DK? Let me take a look. 23.01. Beekman, I don't know. Yeah, he's a nobody. I'm not getting to Mr. Beekman. Unless he's starting. If it comes out that he's starting, then Kawhi Leonard gonna have a minutes restriction. We all know that. Cole Anthony or Da Silva? Cole Anthony for me, Ronnie. He was a core play for me on DK. And no, I don't really care for Norm Powell with Kawhi back, brother. Alright, ready for our FanDuel core. I hope you're listening, because this is going to be it. At point guard, Jalen Brunson. I'm projecting Cat out, and I love Brunson with him out. Jalen Brunson at point guard. Second, Tyrese Martin at shooting guard. Really like Martin today. Still love Keon Johnson, but it looks like Martin is grading out better for me. Paul George at small forward is my third core piece. Paul George at small forward. My last two are at power forward. Jaren Jackson and Yaba Sule. Let's run that. See what we get while I drop it in the Discord, fellas. All we gotta do is post it in the Discord. So I'm gonna have to rerun this where I just have these players liked instead of locked, because I really want Jaren Jackson or Yaba Sule at the center spot. But I like how we're getting here. I think this is gonna look good if we can get one of these guys in the center spot. Maybe get some Tobias Harris in there. I like the way we're going. Booker is 7% and Halliburton is 9%. Pistons starting Cunningham, Beasley, Hardaway, Harris, Duran. Beasley looks great now, guys. Blazers starting Simon, Sharp, Kamara, Denny, and Ayton. Caleb Martin will be far too low owned, I'll tell you that. Only 6%. I feel like that is criminally low for some Caleb Martin today. Ant is 9% owned. Pippen, Keon Johnson, Paul George, Tobias Harris, Wimby Cohen. Hey, I love that average guy. I feel like my DK builds are going to be very similar to that, honestly. Absolutely, Ronnie. That's probably the approach that I'm taking today, buddy. Podol, 8. I actually like Podol today. Zubac's only 2% owned. Podol is also 2%. Brunson Holly, Malik Beasley, Martin Conchar. Chubbs, I don't know how you fit all of those big names in there, but I like the way you're building. I like that, buddy. Giddy or Quickly? So I'll say this. Giddy is the safe pick, Ronnie. But I prefer Quickly. I think he has a higher upside, brother. Wimby or Antetokounmpo? It's Wimby for me. Antetokounmpo will be lower owned, but I think Wimby has just got a higher ceiling and is safer. Of course, Ronnie. I love doing this, man. Love it, love it, love it. Do this all day, every day if I could. Is it too loud, bro? I think you can play Maxie and George together. You definitely can. I prefer George, though. Miles Turner plus JJ or Precious and Wimby. Son, why are you behind me? I'm streaming. I don't care. Go. Kids. I like the Precious and Wimby side more, honestly, brother. Roman, go. It's got to be Maxie, Ronnie. If you want a lower on, it would be Cunningham. But if you want a safer pick, it's Maxie. Halliburton or Maxie higher ceiling? It's got to be Maxie with no Embiid, brother. And you got blowout factor in the other game, so. Yeah, I think Hart looks good. I wouldn't say elite, but he looks really good. He's only pulling 8% right now, too. Sharp or Reed, last spot for center? Sharp for me. I think Sharp has a higher upside today. $6,600 for a util spot. Let's take a look. Looks like it's gonna be either DeAndre Ayton or Fernie Simons. And I'm fine with either one of them. Even Denny's fine in my opinion. I think Simon's offers you the most upside. I'll say that. Quickly getting Keon, Simons, George, Denny, Tobias. Yeah, that's definitely viable, brother. Good looking lineup there. You guys got any questions? We got 8 minutes. I think Lonzo is actually playable. I'll say I'm a Lonzo hater, but he has been playing out of his mind lately. Even in limited minutes, he's killing it. So I definitely think he's viable today. Kitty, I am trying to work. You're gonna fall asleep in my arms. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe, it helps tremendously. $4,800 for a guard on DK. Let's take a look. 4,800, just the guard spot. Going by straight projection on just the guard, it'd honestly be Tyrese Martin for me at 4K. You can rock Kamara, you can rock Hardy. I think both are great plays, but it would be Tyrese Martin for me. Duran's ownership is 8%, or sorry, that's KD. Duran is 5%, 5%. Five minutes to lock, ladies and gentlemen. What about Ayton? He is 4%. Good luck, Ronnie. Have a good night, brother. If you need any help, I'm always available in the Discord, guys. If you are not tuned into our Discord, please join it. It's completely free, linked in the chat, linked down below in the description. You can at me at any time in there with any questions you guys have after the slate locks. And I'm happy to help you out in there, guys. Happy. Good luck, Conflict. Have a good night, buddy. Three minutes to lock, guys. You got questions, please get them in. Awesome, mate. Send it to me. I want to see it. After it locks, of course. Alright, guys. 2 minutes to lock. If you have questions, please get them in. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button before you leave. We do these shows almost every day. Kitty, you are all up in the way. Simons and Vassell are Quickly and Simons. Quickly and Simons for me, Chubbs. I just love seeing your builds, dude. I truly do. They're always so unique, man. Got some kind of news. I don't know what it is. Just see my phone lighting up. Brunson's gonna play. Cap ruled out. Deuce McBride ruled out. Slam in that Jalen Brunson, boys. Just like I said, Cat's gonna set. I wish we would have got that news after lock, but it's pretty close, so maybe people won't be able to swap. Also, Precious Achua looks elite now. Good luck, Chubbs. Kitty, they probably hear you purring. Alright guys, we are locked. Good luck, and if you have any questions whatsoever, please at me in the Discord. I love you guys. I can't say thank you enough. Good luck. We'll see you later.